What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counter Punch Boxing News, and I have some new news by special request concerning Terence Crawford, Derrick James, Errol the Truth Spence, and a partridge in a pear tree. Now, Terence Crawford did make some remarks. You know, Terence Crawford has been coming out of the shell a little bit. You know, he has, for a while now, for the last year and a half, he's been doing things he normally doesn't do to get something that he doesn't have. You know the saying, if you want something you never had, you have to do something you never done. Well, I believe that is what Terence Crawford's doing. But he has recognized something about Derrick James, the trainer of Jermell Charlo and Errol the Truth Spence. And he had this to say about Mr. James. He says, after seeing Derrick James and the words and the comments that he's made, I see he is a hater and he doesn't know shit. Now, Terence Crawford made these comments simply because of Derrick James saying that a fight between Errol the Truth Spence and Terence Crawford would not be a fight to have. It would be a farce. It would be something that wouldn't sell because it's not on the marquee. Now,
sorry, you got by me. Do you have a badge number?
Yeah, I have a badge number.
Okay, that's all I need.
You've seen me 100 times. The BMW?
Thank you.
All right. Anyway, peoples, sorry about that. Anyway, just made it to work. But anyhow, he said that that fight wouldn't sell. It wouldn't be the fight that people want to see. He said the people that want to see it are the bona fide fans or should I say the hardcore boxing fans, such as me and some of you guys, and not really the casuals. Look, Terence Crawford was right saying the type of things he said about Derrick James for this particular reason and this particular reason only. Derrick James knows the danger of Terence Crawford. Everybody knows. That's why people don't want to go near him. Nobody really on the PBC besides Sean Porter, which don't even have a belt no more. Okay? And I think that's another whole different reason. But Derrick James, his job is to protect his investment. His investment is his fighter. If his fighter gets beat, therefore the Mayweather plans of keeping a fighter undefeated and keep marketing him to do or to get to this particular marquee fight will never happen if he gets beat. But as we learned just a couple weeks ago, it does not work. You guys cannot sit around and keep fighters from their full potential, keep fighters out of danger of fighting the best opponents. Because what's going to happen, you're going to be running away from someone, looking back to see how far they are to you, right? Because they're chasing you. And what you're going to do, because you're looking back, you're going to run right into someone that's going to give you your first O. And that's happened. And that happened to Deontay Wilder. It's going to happen to Errol Spence Jr. It's going to happen to a lot of people. But Derrick James, he's only saying that because he's trying to build a wedge. And that's the excuse that he's using. Oh, it won't sell. It won't sell. Everybody wants to see this fight. Okay? And the sad thing about this whole scenario is everybody's trying to fight Pacquiao because they know they have a better chance of beating Pacquiao due to old age. Let's just face it. Because you never know with a fighter, old as Manny Pacquiao, how many good fights, or should I say at this point, how many good rounds he has left. He's wowed us. I'm taking nothing away from the legendary Manny Pacquiao. I'm a fan of Pacquiao. I'm a fan of Pretty Boy Floyd Mayweather. I'm a fan of what he did in the sport. However, I am a realist, and the reality of it is, we don't know how long Manny Pacquiao has left or how many rounds he has in the tank before he gasses out, before he starts showing us that, hey, I am actually in my 40s now. You know what I mean? So people know that. Businessmen know that. Businessmen bank on that, okay? They depend on that, and they use that type of approach and to set up fights. So they want, Errol Spence and Manny Pacquiao. Okay, I wouldn't be against it, but I see the angle. Errol Spence should be worried about fighting his legacy, fighting the guy that's undefeated, not fighting a guy with 7 losses that's the 8-time world champion just because he's on the same, or was on the same platform as himself. That makes no sense. They're treating this like this is a type of camaraderie or something. You know what I mean? Like, the network you work on, that's what you're supposed to stay loyal, because that's what it, for no reason. They know that, and we know, and we should know, the best fighters, or all the best fighters, should I say, are not on PBC. All the best fighters are not on ESPN. All the best fighters are not fighting on DAZN. They're scattered throughout. So the whole idea is to bring these fighters together, stop talking about business when you're not a fucking businessman. Derrick James is not a businessman, he's a fucking trainer. Let him train. If you heard Bomac say the things that Derrick James is saying, what would people think, people? What would you say if you heard Bomac say, well, I don't think that fight would be a good fight. I don't think that would sell. You know what the first thing people would say? This dude's ducking. His trainer's ducking that fighter because he doesn't want his fighter to fight that other fighter because that fighter might beat his fighter. Counterpunch. That's my comment on that. You guys tell me what you think. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.